Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering your voice is gone, not because of sickness, but because speaking simply doesn't exist anymore. The entire human race can now only communicate telepathically. No more words in the air, no more shouting across the street, no more whispered secrets in the dark. Instead, thoughts pass directly from one mind to another, as clear and instantaneous as flipping a light switch. At first, the silence would be unsettling. Cities would lose their constant background hum of conversation, replaced by the quiet shuffle of footsteps, the hiss of wind, and the faint sound of your own breathing. But inside your mind, the world would be louder than ever. Telepathy wouldn't be like hearing someone's voice. It would be receiving the full package of their meaning, emotions, and intentions all at once. Misunderstandings caused by tone of voice or clumsy wording would vanish. You'd know exactly what someone meant because you'd feel it too. But here's the strange part. There would be no such thing as lying, at least not in the way we know it. You could try to mask your true thoughts, but suppressing them would take enormous mental effort. Most people would find it exhausting to maintain a public version of themselves, and eventually the raw, unfiltered self would slip through. Privacy would become a luxury, perhaps even an impossibility. Governments might try to enforce mental discipline or invent mental firewalls, but leaks of secrets, of emotions, of desires would be inevitable. Relationships would transform completely. Romantic partners would no longer have to guess at feelings. They'd know exactly what the other was feeling, even the uncomfortable truths. Friendships might become deeper, but also more fragile. You couldn't hide annoyance or resentment behind polite words anymore. On the flip side, acts of manipulation, propaganda, or deceit would become nearly impossible, leading to a level of societal transparency humanity has never experienced. Politics might either collapse or evolve into something far more honest. Imagine a debate where candidates can't fake their beliefs because everyone hears their genuine thoughts. Education would be revolutionized. Instead of explaining concepts, teachers could transmit full ideas and mental images directly to students. A child could grasp the fundamentals of quantum physics in minutes, not years, if their mind was ready. Language itself would lose importance. Cultural differences in speech would vanish, replaced by a shared stream of pure meaning. But would art survive? Without the sound of poetry, the rhythm of song lyrics, or the emotional punch of a great speech, human creativity might shift toward purely visual, tactile, or sensory forms. And then there's the mental noise problem. Imagine walking through a crowded market and hearing hundreds of overlapping thoughts, flashes of shopping lists, random memories, worries, desires, all spilling into your mind. Society would have to develop strict etiquette, perhaps even new technologies to control the constant flood of mental chatter. Over time, humanity might grow into a kind of collective consciousness, individual minds connected in a vast living network. We might become more empathetic, more united, and less willing to harm others because we would literally feel their pain. Or we might lose our sense of individuality entirely, dissolving into one shared mind. The truth is, a telepathic world could be both paradise and nightmare. Without spoken words, we might finally understand each other perfectly, or we might discover that perfect understanding is the last thing we truly want.